Jar Oil. The company have filling stations across the country, and our rates are relatively cheaper than anyone else across the country. Jar Oil is the biggest producer and distributor of cement in the country with the most competitive prices in the market.
Axel jam si Wave.
Yo, apply. Yo, luta do de. Luta mo nulo jël moto nga andil ma xaalis. Hello?
Bisul mu fine.
What?
Bisul mu fine.
Oh, yes!
Wave Axina Gambia. Deposit and withdraw money, pay bills and buy mobile credit without fees. Transfer money wherever in the country for only 1% fee. At Wave. Bisul mu fine? Wave. Your money is yours.
Honorable Ibrahim Sillah should be joining me very soon this morning to try to deal with a deluge of unread messages I forwarded to him at the end of our marathon program yesterday. Now, speaking to me about Wanter exactly a month ago today, yes, on the 28th of April, 2025, Talib Ahmed Bensouda, the mayor, explained why KMC didn't get involved in the activity in the past, but didn't rule out the possibility of stepping in this Tobaski. So this is a clip from that conversation. Another thing, this Wanter thing, because we've just come out of Korite, we're heading into Tobaski, and very soon Wanter will. But Wanter is an issue. To the Gambian consumer is a good thing perhaps. But you have hundreds, if not thousands, of vendors who pay you, if not every day, every month, every year.
Right.
So they look forward to these big occasions, Korite and Tobaski.
Right.
But every time what you hear is Senegalese, sellers come from Senegal with their Charahi Senegal and whatever. And then they block off all routes to the market. So Peter Gomez, has shop number 1010 inside the market, has been there for years.
Right.
Pays all his dues to KMC. Looks forward to Korite, looks forward to Tobaski. But every Korite, every Tobaski, people cannot gain access to his, to his stall because of Wanter. And I hear these people, a majority of them just travel purposely for that from Senegal.
So Wanter has not happened in KMC this year, officially at least. The market committee of Serakunda visited my office and said they didn't want it. We provided...
It's good you're saying this, because I'll come to... There was Wanter. You're simply saying this was not KMC sanctioned.
No, officially. It's not KMC sanctioned. Okay. So last year, what had happened, they had visited our offices and made the same complaint. We told them, the best solution is, why don't we create a Wanter where all the streets are allocated to the market vendors, meaning you have to be a shop owner to be entitled to a plot on the street.
That would be fair.
Okay? So there was a huge debate that erupted. It's a democratic process. Some in the market were for it, some in the market were against it. But eventually, majority took, control. We organized it in the street. We gave to shopkeepers. The Tobaski came, the same topic came and said they did not want it. Because the last time really did not favor them. There was a lot of debate. They don't want it. They just don't want it to happen. We told them, but it happens anyway. And when it happens, we don't gather income, but we have to take care of all the expenses, all the cleaning.
So KMC does not realize income from Wanters?
No, we used to. So last year, the first one in Korite, we did. The second one in Tobaski, we did not, because the market committee voted that they did not want the Wanters to happen. But it happened anyway.
Yet there was Wanter.
Exactly. It happened anyway, meaning we did not make any income from it. The streets were all left and inundated with rubbish, and we had to clean it. So fast forward this year, another debate broke up in my office. The problem is, to prevent a Wanter from effectively not happening, you need manpower. KMC in total has 200 police officers. We don't have the physical presence and the manpower. We have 2 or 3 municipal police pickups. For this to effectively not happen, you need coordination at every government level. Border control, mobile police, PIU, municipal police, all have to strategize and come together, have adequate manpower, organizational capacity to ensure that a one-tear doesn't effectively happen. But if KMC alone is left to determine whether a one-tear can happen or not, that would be very difficult. So what we told the market people is, look, whether we like it or not, we can't control whether this happens or it doesn't happen. It happens anyway. Why don't we take charge of how it happens? Meaning, let the people in the market benefit from the one-tear.
But I am shocked that people in the market, I mean, because your proposal is the right thing. I mean...
in markets, I always say there's 1,000 truths and 1,000 agendas. You never know which one is...
Because what you hear is, there was one-tear.
Without KMC's...
There was one-tear.
Without KMC's approval.
And what you hear is, this one-tear was actually organized by the Gambia Police Force. I'm speaking on radio. All right? CD2, the IGP is listening. And if Senegalese and other nationals are the ones that come into the country at these times only to do one-tear and go back, that's unfair.
So that would be extremely disappointing because our market committee...
And the police, the advice here is for the police and the KMC to work hand in hand to do justice to the people who own stalls inside the Serekunda market.
So what's interesting is during this debate, our councillor responsible for markets did claim that. But although when he claimed it, he was not really being supported by other members of the committee. He said, when we don't organize this one-tear, it's the police who do it and collect incomes
that's what you hear
from the vendors.
That's what you hear.
But there was other voices that said, well, that is not true. So we don't know the facts, but Tobaski is coming.
Talib, yes. You will know the facts. And as head of the KMC, you are not here to attack anybody or, drag anybody's name in the mud. But, I mean...
Well, I don't have evidence on certain terms that it's the police who did it. I've heard rumors. No. But now you're saying it on radio and you have information with authority, then we will find out.
Yeah, absolutely. The KMC and the Gambia Police Force should work hand in glove, all right? And why not? If the people inside the people inside the market say, just make sure there is no one-tear, people will come to us. That's also to be understood.
Exactly. So what actually happened in our last meeting, the councillor said, I remember when the meeting concluded, that if a one-tear does happen in Korite, we will make sure we will not listen to you next time, we will conduct the one-tear. He did say that in my office, Councillor Lamin Jammeh. So we'll see what happens.
Well, the Honorable Ibrahim Sillah is back with us this morning. He's the Minister responsible for Transport Works and Infrastructure. Interesting, Sillah. Good morning, by the way.
Yeah, good morning, Peter, and good morning to all your listeners. And now viewers.
Yes, absolutely. I'm glad you're mentioning viewers.
Sure,
we spoke about that yesterday. Interestingly, we spoke about this, one-tear thing yesterday. I know you don't work for KMC, you don't speak for KMC, but by virtue of KMC's leadership as an NPP bigwig, you'd be interested in goings-on at KMC. I mean, how do you view this whole debate over one-tear?
Well, I think it should have come much earlier, and then the people who actually look up to occasions like this to be fully prepared and not to be left in limbo. Yesterday after the program, interestingly, a lot of people, supposedly stall owners at the Serekunda market, reached out to me, and also in Banjul.
Oh, they did?
Yes, and the popular view among a lot of them, in fact, I can say 99% of them, is that the one-tear is not good for their businesses.
Of course it's not.
And government should,
Sillah, it's the way it's done.
Yes.
Nobody, I'm not against one-tear.
Yeah.
We said it yesterday here. We even proposed, sites.
Yeah.
For possible, relocation of these people.
Yes.
Look, when people need things, where do they go? To the market.
To the market, yes. Yeah.
Now, to block all access to the market for one-tear to take place, you are giving priority for the, to occasional vendors at the expense of your durable. These are your partners in business.
In fact, what one of them told me was really striking, that normally where the store owners actually also go to get their stuff, some of these people will also go there and then get cheaper and then sell way cheaper to undercut them. And as a result, they will not make any sales. And they'll be left with huge debts and bills to pay, which really is making it very difficult for the store owners. I think having had all this, probably the KMC and the government now have to sit and then plan this properly. And also even the Banjul City Council and also the Brikama Area Council.
Immigration as well. I mean, the mayor talked about, border control.
Yeah, so that...
if the allegations you're hearing, that certain Senegalese only come here for 1 year, they bring their stuff here.
Yeah, that's what I was also told. Yeah. But there has to be a solution where probably a place can be identified purposely for this. And after the 1 year, and then the seasonal,
they could work with the GCCI trade fair grounds.
Exactly, trade fair grounds where you can go and then display your wares. And after the Idil Fitr or Idil Adha period, they can disperse and go. But I think there is a genuine concern from the store owners in the markets.
Well, we shall see how things pan out. You're not here to talk about KMC or defend them or even
not
even to bash them this morning.
No, not to bash them, not to talk about them, but to answer to a lot of questions.
It's amazing. I mean, just how many inquiries we got yesterday. So let's get to it straight.
Yes.
Good morning, Uncle Peter. Kindly ask the phone, please. We are not, entertaining any new messages.
Because we have a lot of them.
There's a lot of them here, and Wednesdays usually we are pressed for time.
Yeah.
Kindly ask the following questions to Minister Sillah for me. With the rainy season fast approaching, the main highway in Brikama remains in poor condition. Moreover, the construction of the Jaliba Junction Road, which began last year, has been marked by frequent delays and long periods of activity. What is causing this slow progress? And when can the public expect its completion? Dr. Cisse had earlier promised to forward my message to Minister Sillah regarding the delayed Lamin Koto Kunting Highway construction in the CRR. However, I have not received any feedback. Could he kindly provide an update?
Okay, let's start with the Brikama market
road. Jaliba has a junction.
Yes, Jaliba has a junction. We are doing something there. The Brikama road, especially coming from the main market, passing through the Box Bar football field to the main junction where you have the jar oil. We have already have a plan for it. We want to do a dual carriage on that particular road. I mean, the tenders will be out very soon. We are talking to the relevant ministries, including the Ministry of Finance and the Office of the President, to initiate a pre-finance process for that particular road and about 42 other kilometers of roads within Brikama and its environs. So that, and also the New Town Road in Brikama. These are the two major roads that are extremely very urgent that we do something about them, and we are really on top of that. Now the Jaliba Junction, yes, works were slow, partly because we have some funding issues for that particular road, because it was supposed to be done by the National Road Authority, the NRA. Now, following the government's initiative to use the fuel levy as a guarantee for the Afrexim funding, all the funds that were going through the fuel levy now were kind of collapsed into that particular process, and we have now taken it over. The government has taken it over, and then we were waiting for the allocation. The allocation, we paid part of it now, and they are now at the last stage to do the base course, and then they will do very soon they will start the concrete. I think at the end of this month they are starting the concrete. So we will see progress on that road very soon. I mean, the major artworks are completed, so that is why probably they are not seeing the heavy machines there. Now for the Kunting Bani going to Kujeu to Lamenkoto, I mean, we are almost 67% of that road. Our target is that by October of this year, they will start the double surface dressing, that is to make it black. And that is on course. The contractor is mobilized on all the 3 sections of that particular lot. He's doing 60 kilometers of roads in that area. One of them coming from Karantaba, going to some small rural villages up to the border with Senegal, then coming back to the Lamenkoto Pasamas Highway on Reneru, which is about 23 kilometers. And they are almost, they have started the, double surface dressing, which is the blacking to put the tarmac on it. And then also there is this other road that goes to Carol Wharf, going through Nyanija, which is about 13 kilometers. They are also very soon coming to do the prime coat on that one, and then, do the double surface. So the last section of the roads in that particular area is the Kunting Kujeo, and that is where all the artworks are finished. They are now doing the concrete works, which is the culverts for the drainage system. So once that is finished, and in the rainy season, you can do those ones.
Okay.
So once those ones are finished, by October, we are starting the double surface. So the contractor is well ahead of time.
So Mahmoud Konjira, aspiring journalist.
Yes.
That answers your questions. Mm-hmm. Good morning, Uncle Peter. Can you ask the Honorable Minister for us whether the government has any plans of constructing the road linking Busumbala and Jambur, starting at the Mfansu Sonko's junction in Busumbala, terminating at Jambur on the main highway linking the Jambur market and the Sukuta Jambanjeli highway? This should be of interest to you as as a Jamburunka. Is that how you call yourself?
No, I think the people of Busumbala should thank the president for bringing in good infrastructure in their village. I mean, they are our cousins, very backward people.
Your senior cousins?
Yeah, well, our junior ones. But yes, I mean, that road is part of the World Bank project. Because, when we discuss with the World Bank, they are very interested in 3 types of roads. Roads that link to the border villages or to the border markets, and also roads that link to major service points, especially education and health facilities, and also roads that cut across the various roads and communities linking to the major highways. So this particular road has been identified, and is part of the World Bank grant-funded project. Yeah.
But how soon can
Well, we have done the identification. Very soon, they will do the studies, because what the World Bank is doing is that they want to do 150 kilometers grant for us, 50 kilometers in the urban areas, including KMC and West Coast, and then 100 kilometers in the rural areas. But they are going to do 500 kilometers of roads to study them for us, so that we have those ones ready. Because I think the biggest problem...
The people of Busumbala want to know when, any serious work will begin on their stretch. Yes, it's okay to have roads all over the country. That's good. But for them, it's, the one that concerns them. What can you tell them about commencement of work or whatever?
We are hopeful that by October or November, that is the timeline for this particular works.
October, November.
Yes.
Hello, Uncle Peter. Kindly ask Minister Sillah for them to look into the zebra crossing at the Sukuta roundabout. I believe you don't need to be a road expert to understand that the zebra crossing positions are highly inaccurate to be located just before and after the roundabout. As a result, it is causing a significant traffic jam during peak hours. This is Alaji Bambo.
Well, yes, if you say after the traffic lights, where we have the zebra crossings, they are very close to the traffic light, because normally for traffic flow, immediately when you pass the roundabout, you don't want to be delayed. You want to accelerate and move quickly out of the place so that the other vehicles can come in. But it is important to have a sleeping policeman, or what we call traffic
hump or
bump, for the vehicles to slow down as they approach the roundabout. So that one is not a problem. But yes, we have seen that as a design issue, because in addition to the traffic, the roundabout congestion, you have a lot of people crossing that zebra crossing, and sometimes it causes a lot of discomfort to the motorists. So we phase 3 will take care of that problem.
Good morning, Mr. Gomez and the Honorable Minister. To be fair with the government and the ministry, they are doing a great job in terms of road construction. But they should know that roads should not be the only priority of the government, and the ministry, please let them stop telling us the president built this road because it is government's money that was used, and please let them create at least one expressway from Banjul to Brikama.
Yes, let me start from where he ends.
Yeah.
We are doing...
Stop beating your chest as if you people are taking money from your own pocket and constructing these roads. Tell your boss when you leave the studio.
But we are in charge of the running of this country. And that is why anytime issues happen, they will call us to the National Assembly to account, on how we spend this, the funds. Mm-hmm. But importantly, yes, to start from where he ends, we are doing a toll road from Stinkona Johnson, going behind Abuko on the other side, then to Mandinaring behind the airport, all the way to the Siliti border.
Okay.
And
so you're even going beyond
Yes, because what we are aiming at is once the Banjul Barra bridge is done, we are likely going to have a lot of traffic coming, and we don't want them to go through the Talinding or the Battle Harding, and so we want to make sure that there is an expressway, but that is going to be a toll road that people will use to get out of Banjul or to get into Banjul in a manner that will help us to have a free flow of traffic.
Okay, that was ML writing in from Nairobi.
Yeah.
Good morning, Peter. There's a place called Sinchangwuri, just close to Yuna, mm-hmm. and there is no electricity pole. There is no electricity, and the residents are asked to mobilize funds to enable them get electricity. Mm. Mr. Sow, resident of Sinchanwuri. Mm. Okay, I suppose. This is for Nawek.
Yeah, I think.
They want electricity.
They want electricity, and I know that Nawek has a big plan for the Greater Banjul area. Basically, a lot of communities that were not, electrified in phase 1 and 2. I think they are going to be, electrified. I know that Nawek has been working with partners to secure more funding to see that the gap is filled. Okay. And this does not only affect Sinchauri, but also some communities in Combo South, in Combo East, and also other parts of West Coast region. So that discussion has been going on.
Okay. Mm. I'm sure, work on this will be accelerated
hopefully
in 2026 as we get towards.
What do you expect?
Morning, Uncle Peter. I would like to make a recommendation for the Honorable Minister regarding the OIC overlap at the airport junction. Okay. This junction is a serious safety concern as vehicles making U-turns often encroach onto the Brikama Highway, which has already led to some accidents. I suggest that the OIC overlap be downsized to allow vehicles to turn safely without interfering with traffic on the Brikama Highway.
That's a good suggestion. I will forward that to our engineers to look at.
So you know about this particular point?
Yes, it has been a recurring discussion. That's a very good suggestion. I will forward that to our team.
Peter, could you please relay to Mr. Sillah that there's no drainage system at Bruford Madina Road? So if you...
Madiana. Bruford Madiana.
M-A-D-I-N-A.
Yes, it should be Madiana. Okay. This is... yes, there will be what we call shallow drains, just to allow the water to pass, because that area is a natural water flow area.
I thought you told me yesterday that all new roads come with all the furniture and
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because but this one, why didn't you factor
this is part of the road maintenance project of the NRA.
Or road maintenance.
Yes,
this is not like a completely new road.
No, it's a new road, but they call it road maintenance projects. This is the same road that goes to Kunkujam Mariama, to Banyakang, to Tujereng. Okay. And, even the Catholic priest there has been sending me
I've been on the road. What's it, Kunkujang?
But now I'm happy because when they resume work, I told them, please make sure that you take care of my father for me. Mm-hmm. And make sure that their area is done first. So happily they have done that area. But yes, the drainage structures we will do shallow drains in the areas because we have a lot of waterways that this road will be able to contain the water that is coming on it, and then it can discharge into the excess channels that are on the roads.
I want to ask Honorable Minister whether river transport is forgotten, and this is from Saliu in Kololi.
No, it's not forgotten. It's very high on our agenda. I mean, you remember that we were discussing with the Millennium Challenge Corporation of the United States.
Under Mr. Trump.
Yes.
That's not an option anymore.
Yes, but interestingly, we are getting a lot of inquiries from private funders that are interested in the river transport. Currently, I'm told that Jar Oil has in fact started using barges to transport cement to rural areas.
Oh.
Yes. Before we were very cautious. We thought maybe there have been a lot of seepage along the channel, and we need to do a proper study and then remove the wreckage. But Jar Oil is a risk taker, and happily I think he has done several rounds, going in and out, and now others can follow. But I believe that for ocean-going vessels that used to ply the area, probably we need a proper study to know whether they can use it or we need to dip in certain areas.
Okay. Hi, Mr. Peter. Can you tell the minister to please visit the new Woolinkama Ghana Town Road to inspect the poor workmanship done in regards to the concrete pedestrian pavements? They are all exposed, and I'm afraid that the rainy season will erode all the exposed base material.
No, the work is still ongoing. That one, I can assure you, will be done before end of June. That's the deadline for that particular section.
Good morning, Peter. Please ask the minister, when are the NRA fixing the potholes at the Kairaba traffic lights and roads connecting the OJ junction leading to the Latrikunda School, Tarmac Road, and to the Serakunda Market?
Okay, that is not part of the current work scope that I have been given, but I have taken note of it. It's a very busy trunk road, and I will talk to the NRA to include that in their maintenance program.
Jar Oil. The company have filling stations across the country, and our rates are relatively cheaper than anyone else across the country. Jar Oil is the biggest producer and distributor of cement in the country with the most competitive prices in the market.
Excellent jam, si Wave.
Yo, apply. Yo, luta do dede. Luta mo nulo jël moto nga andil ma xaalis. Hello?
Bisul mu fine.
What?
Bisul mu fine.
Oh, yes!
Wave Gambia. Deposit and withdraw money, pay bills and buy mobile credit without fees. Transfer money wherever in the country for only 1% fee. At Wave, Bustle mu fine? Wave, your money is yours.
All right. Take a sip at your tea while I give you a break. We're talking to Mr. Ibrahim Sillah. He is Minister responsible for Transport Works and Infrastructure. Uncle Peter, please ask the Honorable Minister why governors, ministers, and National Assembly members are not paying ferry tickets. Also, the ministry has 3 DPSs, and the Honorable Minister is aware. Can he explain why this is the case?
Well, first, for the ferry tickets, let me clarify. Even me, when I'm crossing, I pay. The ministry pays. We have a coupon that is given to us. We buy in advance, and anytime we are crossing, we pay. All the ministries now, we give them advance coupons. You pay in advance, not even...
You sell these coupons to them?
To them, okay. And then anytime you are crossing, and even the OP, anytime they are crossing,
Office of the President?
Yes, everybody pays now.
Barrow pays?
Their vehicles pay.
I'm asking about Barrow.
Well, no. I don't know whether the president pays, but we give a bulk of coupons.
Does he even have a wallet? Like right now, I have a wallet, in my back pocket. Does the president have a wallet?
I don't know.
Okay.
But I can ask him.
Yeah, all right. Please do. Yeah, but let's be serious, yes. Well, he's saying governors, ministers, National Assembly
No,
members
we pay. I mean, you see, the whole model of doing business with the ferries has changed. we as ministry, we pay, all the ministries pay. I think the ones that are not paying are the ambulance services, the military, and also the nurses in uniform.
School children in uniform?
School children, they pay, as a token.
A heavily subsidized.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The other part, you have 3 DPSs, Deputy Permanent Secretaries.
Yeah. Yes, we have a Deputy Permanent Secretary responsible for technical matters, which naturally...
That's one.
That's one. Mm-hmm. We also have a Deputy Permanent Secretary responsible for finance and admin. That's natural, because we are a heavily technical ministry.
Okay, that's two.
So the other one also, we have Deputy Permanent Secretary admin 2.
Okay.
That came just about some few months ago when the governors actually were moved to the ministries following that court case.
Mm-hmm.
And when the governors returned, for some reason the Personnel Management Office, the PMO, sent us another DPS, probably because there is some movement issues. But we have a big office.
And everybody can fit in.
Everybody can fit in.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good morning, Uncle Peter and Mr. Sillah. Please tell Mr. Sillah that the drivers plying the road between Serekunda to Brikama Bar, Bansang and Basse normally increase their fares to 700 and up to 1,000 every festive season. So please tell the minister to help us to do something about that, please. What can you do about this? Can you do anything?
Well, we will engage the transport union to help us deal with this issue. I think it's unfair on the traveling public. And sometimes also it's good for the people also to complain to the police checkpoints or police stations that are on the roads. Because if you are charged more than what you should pay, I think that's extortion. And extortion is illegal under our laws. So the transport unions should talk to their members to desist from this. But the people who are also being charged, these exorbitant fees should also complain to the police. And then, even if it means being delayed for some few minutes, but, your money should be returned back to you.
If you have to go and ray your Tubaski Ram,
Yeah. Well, sometimes the thing is silence can breed some discomfort. And if they remain quiet about it, it will continue. And the drivers will continue to, exploit the situation.
Yeah, until it becomes the new official fare.
Exactly, exactly.
Good morning, Uncle Peter. I want to thank the Honorable Minister for the massive infrastructure road development. Please ask the Honorable Minister about the road construction going on between Jambur and Banyakang. When will it be tarred? Will it be tarred road or gravel road? I passed through there yesterday and met the contractors working from Jambur end. And this is from a concerned citizen of Banyakang village. They want to know whether it will be tarred or it will be concrete.
No, it will be tarred, and also it will come with street lights.
Ah.
Yeah. That is the road that actually goes to Kunkujam Mariama, the shortest one, coming from Jambur.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Peter. At least you got your man Sillah, the PK of Barrow, and Sankare is the Puyol of Barrow. I always call them PK and Puyol.
Thank you for that.
Hi, Peter. Sika Primary School fence was damaged by the construction of the Hakalang Road and was promised to be fixed by Honorable Minister Ibrahim Sillah. Can they help us fix it now? Because stray animals are encroaching during school hours. This is from Lamin Omar Sonko.
No, that's true. I'm surprised that has not been done because...
you made the promise.
No, I was there.
You're being reminded of your promise.
Yes, definitely. I was there, and the whole school came out. And they appealed to us to fix it, and we assigned the contractor to do that.
He has failed.
Yeah,
he has failed.
I'm surprised. We are sorry about this, but we will fix it.
When?
Well, I will after this program. I'm going to call the contractor for them to fix it.
Give him a timeline. He has to fix it between now and when?
As quickly as possible.
In the next 2 hours?
No, well, as soon as possible.
The road terminating around Joko Junction is so narrow at that end that not even 2 R4 vehicles can maneuver alongside, much more heavy vehicles. Can he confirm this, please? Also, if they are expecting a new ferry and another one later, why give Negma a license to compete in the same tight market space? The ferries may eventually be redundant.
Well, no, not actually. I mean, sometimes it's good to have competition, and that will also put our people on their feet.
Get competition for NAWEC.
Well, I think so. I mean, the truth of the matter is that NEGMA saw a void in the market. They did their studies, and they believe they can come in and offer services. And now the Gambia Ferry Services has been given the necessary support in terms of a new fleet. They should really get up and tighten their belts, because it is not going to be business as usual anymore. They have a competitor that is hungry not only to come into the market but also to make profit. So the service orientation and service delivery will have to be different and will have to be, upscaled. So those ones really, I mean, we have to really get it very well. Now, the Joko Road that he talked about, I mean, if he is very much familiar with that particular place, coming from Joko, going into Joshua, that's going to be a single lane.
Okay.
Yeah, single traffic flow.
Okay.
And then when you are coming from Joshua and going towards Joko, on the right-hand side, we have done an access road there that will lead you to the highway, to the Banjul Serakunda highway.
Okay.
So we are not allowing vehicles to actually come across each other on either of the lanes.
So it's one way getting into Joshua, one way getting out of Joshua, onto the highway.
Onto the highway. Okay. Yes.
Okay. All right. That explains it. I know that area very well.
Exactly.
I use it almost, every week.
Every week. Okay.
Good morning, Uncle Peter. Please ask the Honorable Minister about the state of construction of the Tangier Road as rainy season is fast approaching. We find it really difficult to understand why they failed to include Tangier during the Brufut, Madiana, this one is Madiana, 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 Banyaka, Kunkujang, Mariama, and Tujareng Road. We felt really marginalized, and Tangier is an NPP stronghold. Also, mind you, the country's fish supply is at risk here, and this is from Lamboy in Tangier.
Yes, I mean, he's right, but we've not marginalized them.
You need to assure them that before they all migrate from NPP to your most dreaded rivals UDP.
They will never go to UDP. Well, anyway, I have been in touch with the diaspora community of Tangier, some of them based in Canada and the United States, and I thank Ahmed Jita for facilitating that contact. And we are in sync now as to what we need to do. I have already.
Are they paying for any new road in Tangier?
No. I mean, now they are doing some tacit work themselves. I mean, I think they have paid some truckers to bring in gravel, so that they do it themselves. But I told them that really we will come in and then provide the necessary support. But in general, what we are doing for Tangier is that we have about 3 stretch of roads. One that goes all the way from Tangier through Tujeren to Sanyang. That's part of our project. And the main Tangier inside road that goes all the way to the Brufut Banyakang, road that we are doing currently. So it's about 16 kilometers all in all that we have surveyed in the area. And we are very hopeful that as part of the West Coast Lot 3 project, this particular road will be done.
Hi, Uncle. It's really important to have good road networks across the country, but I believe focusing too much on it is hurting other sectors like the health sector, border demarcation issues, etc. Are we focusing too much on infrastructure, particularly road networks, at the expense of other vital sectors?
Well, I know that infrastructure is at the very heart of our government's development aspirations, but it is not being done at the disadvantage of other sectors. If you look at what we are doing in agriculture, it's phenomenal. We have a grant project that is distributing matching grants to young people, giving them projects, poultry projects, and also, farming, and gardening projects. We are also...
Gardening projects or implements?
No, we are even doing fencing for gardens.
Okay.
We are fencing gardens. We are supplying solar systems. We are digging boreholes for them. We are providing seeds to the women groups, and this is free. Okay. And then also we provide training for a lot of these people. So that support is huge on the agriculture. You also have on the health. A major revitalization program that is going on.
You don't need to go into detail.
To renovate the health centers.
I'll be having the medical director or whatever. Dr. Bitey will be here on Friday.
Okay, excellent.
Friday
excellent.
We are focusing on health.
Okay. So in all the areas, definitely, I think our problem is that we are not communicating that much. And even the Honorable Minister of Information yesterday, was discussing with me. Is
he back from Bissau?
No. We were talking on the phone.
Okay.
And I think there is a greater need now for all of us to be coming out regularly to talk to the people about what we are doing, even if it is not appreciated. But at least people will know that this is what is happening in every sector. Because what people are seeing is what they think is only happening. For example, the road sector, we are doing a lot of outreach programs. Like every 3 months, we go out to the rural areas, we do treks, and then we go with the media. By the way, we've never gone with West Coast, and then we are going on the 16th.
I'm glad you're admitting that we are always left out.
Yes, but now we'll officially invite you. We are going on the 16th throughout the country. So I think the minister is coming out with a very big program of outreach. Okay. And public engagement, to sell what we are doing and also to tell people exactly what is happening.
Good morning, Uncle Peter. Can you ask your guest to clarify whether there will be a bridge between Fonyi Dasilame and Kiang Keneba? If so, when will it be built? And this is from Dauda Samate.
Yes, the study has already been done and it has been costed. We have to look at the funding for it. We have not included it in this window of road funding programs that we have right now. But it's a priority because, from that particular place to Keneba is about just a very short distance. And it will cut travel time going to Kiang by almost more than half. So it's a big priority for us, and we will really work with the NRA to see how we can prioritize funding for it. But the study has been done already.
Okay. Good morning, Uncle Peter. I trust you had a restful weekend. Could you kindly raise a concern with your guest, the Honorable Minister of Works and Infrastructure, Honorable Sillah, regarding the current situation affecting residents of Sukuta Nema? The closure of the exit at the Jabang Sukuta roundabout has created significant inconvenience for the community. At present, we have no viable alternative route. Motorists are forced to drive all the way to the coastal road crossover intersection just to turn back and access Sukuta Nema through the Redeemed Christian Church junction. A journey that would normally take a few minutes from the roundabout now takes up to 30 minutes, leading to unnecessary delays and contributing to traffic congestion along the coastal road. The only other potential route via the next road towards Sukuta is not suitable, especially during the rainy season. It becomes nearly impassable, even by foot, let alone vehicles. I recall raising this issue during a National Roads Authority phone-in program with Bombastic on West Coast Radio. At the time, it was mentioned that the exit would be fixed eventually. We would appreciate any updates or clarification on what specific plans the ministry has for addressing this matter and easing the daily struggles of commuters as well as residents in the area.
Yes, this is a concern that has been reported to us. We are doing a roundabout between Sukuta and Costa Road. It will be probably around the Relville Farm area, and that will definitely shorten the travel conditions for a lot of those people in that area.
Okay. Good morning, Uncle Peter. Please ask the Honorable Minister what happened to the service of Wave at the Banjul-Bara terminal. The system was introduced where passengers would use Wave to buy their tickets, but the system seems to be short-lived.
Okay, I will raise this with the with the new general manager.
Maybe accountability problems. if you pay through wage,
it is traced.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody has an extra, tendency to lay their hands on.
No, I will raise it with the new general manager and to see whether it can be reintroduced again, because I don't know why they stop it.
Yeah, because virtually everybody has Wave. I can advertise for Wave because they are a good partner.
Oh, okay.
Everybody has Wave now.
Well, they supported us in our road projects. When we floated the bond for the National Road Authority. I mean, they bought 100 million.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so we really thank them.
Well done, Wave. So your investment is paying. The minister is advertising for Wave. I am advertising for Wave.
Yeah.
Good morning, Uncle Peter. Please ask the Honorable Minister if they are considering expanding the exit lanes along the OIC road. In my opinion, this will ease traffic and save cost, considering they are going to move services again for phase 2.
Yes, we are doing the expansion. Coming from the Sukuta end, going to the Brusubi roundabout, we are doing dual carriage there on either side, so that motorists will have the ease of entering into the roundabout or using the other end going into the OIC main highway. And also coming from Burfoot, we are doing dual carriage on either side as well.
And this will be the last one. Good morning, Uncle Peter. Please ask Mr. Sillah about the progress of works at the Farato Bojankunda Road. The progress seems to be very, very slow. You seem to have a lot of roads around that end. Huh?
Yes. We are doing a lot of roads in the West Coast area as well. Yes, that particular trunk, they are coming to start the priming by the end of this month, and then they will do the tarmac on it, what we call the double surface dressing. Actually, the reason why some of them are complaining is that because they don't see machines there. The work of the heavy-duty machines actually, are completed now. So what is left is now to start the priming and then the double surface.
All right. I said I was not going to do anything fresh, but this is from a colleague. Can the minister clarify why the Kabada Road from
Toranka Bantang, yes.
Okay, Toranka Bantang to Kolyor is not expanded to reach Jasobo on the river bank, passing through Kolyor, main town, and Jomari. Goodness me.
Jomari,
all these are Gambian
yes. This is Kiang East.
The perception is that these villages are UDP. After all, they rejected NPP in the recent Masembe ward by-election.
No, I mean, this design.
Are you politicizing? Weaponizing road construction?
No, we are not. We are not. Actually, the design for that particular section was done well before the 2025 election. I mean, these particular designs were done immediately after the 2021 presidential elections, and then by June of 2022, when I took over as a minister, those roads were identified, and we were not having any political motive. Everything that we did in that particular area was motivated by two things: one, access, and two, the lack of roads in the areas that we are in. But the Kabada phase 2 is coming, and the gray areas and the loopholes will definitely be taken care of. I mean, President Barrow is doing roads in die-hard opposition areas. I mean, where he has not won.
Like where? Kiang?
We have Kiang West, where we are doing about 90 kilometers of roads. We are also doing roads in Central Badibu, and we have a very good, cordial, working relationship with the...
So Central Badibu is opposition?
Yeah, I mean, the MP there, I mean, is very, encouraging in terms of, working.
Is he opposition or encouraging? He has to belong
Well,
to...
well,
we don't have a party called encouraging.
No, he's opposition.
Yeah, okay.
But what I'm saying is he works with our local contractors there to see that they are encouraged for them to deliver. I mean, I think it is also in his interest to see that, what has been happening in his constituency is supported and promoted. So, I mean, the roadworks actually are not done because they are in an opposition area or they are in a ruling government area. They are done because there is a need. That's why we are all over the country. I mean, we are in the in Same, where we've lost in the presidential election, and we've also lost in the parliamentary election. But we are doing almost 60 kilometers in that particular constituency. In the hope that things will swing in the other direction.
Well,
we are a political government, and
so you will use, every project.
Don't put words in my mouth.
To politicize.
No. Don't put words in my mouth. I'm not saying that, but we are a political government. We know that we have a duty, to do. I mean, we have a work to do, and we have to deliver services to the people of this country. That's why we've been elected, and those who appreciate will definitely come and then, join the president, to support his development agenda. Those who don't appreciate, we cannot do anything about them, but that will not stop us from our work.
Fantastic. Sillah, thanks very much for coming.
Thank you.
You must be tired and, sick and tired of West Coast Radio over these past 2 days. We'll give you a break, another very long break.
Don't worry. Our doors are open if you need us anytime. And, just to say that, 2 other contractors have reached out to me to say that they are really very, impressed with the outcome of what they've heard on the radio. And then really they want to kind of like have some regulars. On
give them my number.
Yes, yeah, because the good thing is that also brings out the positive work that we are doing in many of these isolated communities.
You are getting this airtime free. I need to go and patronize my
That is why you should not.
My sponsors.
I don't want to say it because I don't want to go into the 4 million.
6 million.
6 million.
It's not 4, it's 6 million.
6 million.
Exactly. Sillah, thanks so very much again. Ibrahim Sillah, the Minister of Transport Works and Infrastructure. It's coffee time with Peter Gomez on Wednesday, the 28th of May. Brought to you courtesy of
Jar Oil. The company have filling stations across the country, and our rates are relatively cheaper than anyone else across the country. Jar Oil is the biggest producer and distributor of cement in the country with the most competitive prices in the market.
Axila James Wave.
Yo, apply. Yo, luta to dede. Luta mo nulo jël moto nga andil ma xaalis. Hello?
Bisul mu fay.
What?
Bisul mu fine.
Oh, yes!
Wave Axina Gambia. Deposit and withdraw money, pay bills and buy mobile credit without fees. Transfer money wherever in the country for only 1% fee. Ak Wave. Bisul mu fine. Wave. Your money is yours.